The second annual Boston Square Fair is set to take place this Saturday, July 9th. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster here from the Wood TV Live Desk. Joining me this afternoon is Boston Square Neighborhood Association President Victor Williams. Victor, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Luke. Thanks for having me.
You bet, you bet. So before we dive in here to the fair itself, tell me about the association and what you do here in Grand Rapids.
Boston Square Neighborhood Association is something that me and a couple of neighbors founded going on 4 years ago. And we are just providing an authentic voice for residents and resident-driven concerns. So, you know, just everything that involves the overall quality of life, education, community outlook, safety, all of those wonderful things that make our neighborhoods a great place to live. We are also partners with Amplify GR, Oakdale Neighbors, and the City of Grand Rapids in creating a community partnership agreement. This community partnership agreement is one of the things that was mandatory for us as residents and as a neighborhood association to come to as we have a rather large development, one of the largest in the history of the Third Ward, underway here in Boston Square. And so that was one of our big achievements over the last few years that we set out to do, and we did that, and we're excited about it.
So the Boston Square Fair here, second annual fair. Tell me a bit about the fair.
The Boston Square Fair, we also call it the Boston Square Summer Celebration, is an annual birthday of the Neighborhood Association. And it's an opportunity for us to celebrate what we've accomplished here and to celebrate all of our beautiful neighbors and our wonderful community that we're building here in Boston Square. So it's a great time for everyone to come out and enjoy themselves. We have live music, food, fun, games for kids, face painting, dunk tanks, bouncy houses, all those wonderful things. And you can also find some of the best food in Grand Rapids to be served here. So it's just a great family-oriented event every year, first week in July, is Boston Square Fair. So everybody come out from 12 to 6. It's a great time. And we look forward to seeing everyone come out and share this wonderful occasion with us here in our beautiful community.
What's new this year? What's new? What's different compared to last year?
Last year was such a great time. We had such a great time. We didn't want to go into a sophomore slump by trying to switch too much up, right? Because it was so awesome last year. So we just wanted to add a few more things to it. We just moved things around a little bit. But one of the big things that we are adding this year is a gaming station. So we got, like I said, a lot of things for smaller kids, water balloons, dunk tanks, all those sorts of fun things, bouncy houses. But we wanted to add something for teenagers this year, and we added a gaming station, a really cool gaming station, outdoor, sort of a cargo bin that's been modified with a really nice flat screen TV, and it's a really awesome gaming station for teenagers. So that's something that's new this year that we didn't do last year. It's going to be really sweet. I'm excited to see how the kids respond to it. I know they're going to have a good time.
So something along those same lines, a question along those same lines, what did you learn last year in the first one that you were able to, implement this year? For example, what worked, what didn't work?
Well, we're growing. Some of the things that we know we want to improve on, we know it's just going to take us time as we continue to grow and get more people. We're going to continue to make improvements. But last year was so great. It was such an awesome time. It's hard to improve on. People love the live music. We have a band called the Mel V Collective. They came out, and we were thinking about going in another direction this year. And just the feedback from the community was overwhelming that we have the Mel V Collective back again. So they're coming back this year. And we're looking at adding on to the music selection with another band this year. Of course, we have a resident DJ on hand. And this year we're adding more food selections. So we have more food selections than we had last year, more vendors than we had last year. And like I said, that game station, something for teenagers to be able to come and hang out with us and have a really good time. So there's be more vendors and more resources for the community this year than there were last year.
As the president of the association, what's the most exciting part, in your opinion?
I love seeing the kids just enjoy themselves. So last year, the biggest kick for me was watching the kids just, over and over, just, dunk themselves in the dunk tank. It was so hilarious just watching kids just go overboard with that thing, but they loved it. And that to me, just watching the kids doing that and then watching the kids in the bouncy house, just watching the young people and really enjoying themselves and seeing community actually come out. Like people were bringing out their folding chairs, their lawn chairs, and just sitting and making a place and listening to the live music and just really having a great time. So to me, that's just really the best part of seeing all the community members come out and just gather and socialize with one another and just really have an awesome time as community, as one big Boston Square family.
What are you hoping comes from this year? Kind of going back to the question I asked earlier from last year, what are you hoping comes from this year that you can take to future events, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and so on fairs?
I think that, what we want as a neighborhood association is we host these events to bring community together and to hopefully inspire community involvement, to get more residents involved in the day-to-day affairs of what goes on with the neighborhood association, and just making the things that we do to work to make Boston Square a better place for all of us. So that's one of the ultimate goals that we seek to come out of this, is just to get more resident involvement. And we know that the more resident involvement that we get, the better we're going to be. The better we're going to be able to serve our community, and it's just overall going to be better for everyone in Boston Square.
Do you have to register? Is there any registration involved?
There's no registration, come one, come all, and you don't have to be from Boston Square to enjoy the Boston Square Summer Boston Square Fair or the B Square Summer Celebration. Just come on out and join us from 12 to 6. We're at the corner of Evergreen and Kalamazoo. There's a little parklet there where we've created a little green space. Boston Square Parklet, we're right there. Come out and join us right across the street from Modern Hardware. Thousands and thousands of people drive by this space every day, and we try to activate it as much as possible throughout the summer. And people drive by and they see a lot of activity happening there over the warm months. But this Saturday is going to be the biggest event of the summer. And we're inviting the entire city out. Come on out, everybody, enjoy a great time. Bring your lawn chairs and, come out and have a great time. Be prepared to get some great food from some great vendors and just have an awesome time and bring the kids.
Victor, is there anything else that you'd like to put out there?
I'd just like to say that, make the city aware and everybody aware of the awesome changes and the awesome growth that is taking place in Boston Square. As I said, we have a community partnership agreement. A lot of people aren't aware of the almost 10-acre development that's taking place in Boston Square, and where we are at the table when we're working as a resident voice to provide equity and for the community, to make sure that once this development is done, that there's quality, fair, affordable housing for the residents that live in Boston Square and residents from all over the city of Grand Rapids. That there's a lot of activity happening here. We have over 6 members of the energy in Boston Square is effective, is magnetic. Let me say that. We have over 6 members of Boston Square Neighborhood Association that are running for public office. It's an exciting time in Boston Square. One of those being me. I'm running for 17th District County Commission. My wife, Kim, is running for Grand Rapids Public School Board. And the energy here is just really incredible. And we want people to move to Boston Square and be a part of it. But before then, come get a taste and try us out Saturday and feel this energy that's taking place here. We welcome everybody to be a part of it. It's just it's insane. We're excited about our community and we're excited about our city and what's happening here in Boston Square.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you tuned in maybe halfway through the conversation or are just now clicking in and you're viewing here on Facebook, there's a link attached, takes you over to woodtv.com. You're able to view our full conversation there. Victor, thank you.
Thank you, Luke. I appreciate your time this afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you out there this Saturday, hopefully as well.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a look at the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Glasser. Have a great afternoon, and we'll see you around.